Leeds and Liverpool roll back the years to try and give us a Premier League classic, and Aston Villa continue their good form with a very, very late winner. Hi, I'm Wayne and welcome to Goals by the Numbers. Let's just get straight into it. So, our first match, Leeds 3, Liverpool 3. The biggest thing about this match was the statement provided by Mohammed Salah after the game. We'll get straight into the quotes because, for one, I can't remember the last time such a prominent player actually provided such a response to his current state of mind and his current playing time situation. So you have to also remember these are comments from a match that he didn't actually feature in. So let's kick on with it. It seems like the club has thrown me under the bus. It seems like someone wanted me to get all of the blame. That in itself is an extremely damning statement. Who is Salah referring to as someone? Who could that be? Relating specifically to Arne Slot, the relationship has broken down. There's not a relationship between us. It was a good relationship. Now all of a sudden, there is no relationship. When asked what he would do next, Salah replied, "It is not acceptable for me. I don't know why this is happening. I don't get it. I think if this was somewhere else, every club would protect this player. How I see it now, it's like you throw Mo under the bus because he is the problem in the team now. But I don't think I am the problem. I've done so much for this club." To continue, when asked what he was thinking sat on the bench, he said, "I don't know what to say. It's funny. I couldn't believe it." And after a follow-up question, Salah continued, "That I'm sitting on the bench for 90 minutes, the third time on the bench. I think for the first time in my career, I am very, very disappointed, to be fair. I've done so much for this club down the years, and especially last season." This was the third consecutive game that Salah started from the bench. He looked like a man who'd been sent to the naughty step for something that he didn't do. You know that expression. We all know that expression because we've all heard it from our mothers. I'm not angry. Truly, I'm not angry. I am just really disappointed. Yeah, I think that's the vibe that Slot is giving him, while still continuously picking players who've been playing worse. I'm thinking of Van Dijk and Konate specifically. It almost feels like grounding your best behaving child whilst the actual troublemakers are standing there smiling at you, getting away with absolute murder. Like I said, I cannot remember the last time a player came out and made these comments. It's always good to get the insight and the actual legitimate raw opinion from someone. So on that hand, I appreciate it. But yes, more comments to come. Salah also went on to express hurt at his current predicament. Salah even name-checked Jamie Carragher and said, "Tomorrow, or whenever Carragher's next on TV, Carragher is going to go for me again and again, and that's fine." When asked, "Is this situation impossible to solve?" Salah responded and said, "I cannot say it's impossible." He then went on to express love for the fans and ended with, "I don't know what is going to happen next." Salah also then confirmed he did not know who wanted him out. Now, Salah provided these comments in the mix zone, which players tend to walk through after matches because it gives them a chance to speak to reporters, or I guess more gives the reporters a chance to ask questions of the players who played in matches. And Salah is known, at least as far as I'm aware, as someone who doesn't often speak to reporters. The only times I can think of him actually speaking to reporters is when he needed a new contract. There must have been another time, but I can't think when it comes to mind. So, well, unfortunately, I have to run with that until proven otherwise. So when you consider the fact he doesn't often come out and speak to the press, you know it was something that clearly moved him to get to this stage. So, how do Liverpool go forward and handle this situation? What does Slot do? I actually did see an interview with Slot after the game where he spoke about obvious disappointment in the draw, with Liverpool having it been 2-0 up brought back to 2-2, scored the third goal to put them in front, and then the eventual equaliser. And as Slot does, or as he has seemed recently, especially this season, he just came across as wholly inept. I honestly do not know what is going through that guy's mind, but I hope he stays at Liverpool for the next decade. Genuinely hope he stays at Liverpool for the next decade, because the more I hear from him, the more I think he might take Liverpool back to that period where they didn't win anything for like 30 years, and by anything I mean the league. It just seems to be a common occurrence from him. Generic statements, it will be fine. I mean, as a Manchester United fan, do not believe he can fix it. I don't believe that he is exuding the belief of someone who thinks they can fix it. And looking on social media, it looks as if Liverpool fans are actually also believing that he can't fix it. If I'm honest, I actually do feel a little bit for Salah. I mean, yeah, he's not been great this season. But then Van Dijk, he hasn't been either. We've still had what now seems to be almost comical, running back away from attackers. Now, to be honest, I understand why that happens, because it's not so much about not being run past. It's about delaying the attacker so that other defenders can get back and just have more bodies to defend. So there's nothing wrong with that. But at the point where attackers have decided, I don't really care if he's running away, I'm just going to shoot and score otherwise, something needs to change. And Van Dijk doesn't seem to have managed to change that approach. I was also a little bit surprised that I didn't see anything from him in terms of a statement after the match, because as the captain, you'd hope that's what happens. I mean, even when Salah alludes to Jamie Carragher, I remember Carragher saying Salah as one of the leaders, you'd hope he'd come out and say something about, wanting to work hard for the club, or just the positive sound bites. But yeah, Van Dijk didn't come out today. I did actually see an interview post match from Szoboszlai, and his disappointment was his disappointment in the result was evident, and he even expressed the fact that he didn't know where Liverpool were in the league, which is an interesting point to raise from the current champions in the Premier League. I actually do wonder. I mean, I did wonder who actually had the worst title defence in the Premier League era, and that was Leicester, who won the Premier League and then finished 12th, I believe. I also think, and I have to double check this, that they actually lost 18 matches that season, which seems incredibly high because that's like half of them. So could Liverpool be looking to have a poor season in the same kind of fashion? It's almost unimaginable, especially with a club of that size, and having had spent all that money in the summer to buy players who have not really landed as well as they hoped. I mean, what can we say? Ekitike's been good. Isaac had the injuries and he's come back. Wirtz has been given possibly the biggest pass I've ever seen of anyone ever coming into England. If he was at Arsenal, Manchester United, he probably would have to stop playing due to the memes, the press, just constantly after him. But Wirtz seems to be given such a absolute pass by the media. It's actually unbelievable. But to the actual match, Liverpool gone 2-0 up through 2 Ekitike goals. And on the 69th minute, Leeds won a penalty when Konate brought down Noto, who was running in the box but going nowhere. I mean, literally nowhere. There wasn't enough space for him to cross the ball. He could have tried to cut back, but as Konate was slightly behind him, he would have effectively cut the ball back into Konate and Konate would have kicked it out or something. But, Konate brought him down and Calvert-Lewin converted a penalty to get Leeds' first goal before they equalised 4 minutes later. Szoboszlai, who started in Salah's position on the right, had then put Liverpool 3-2 up with 10 minutes to go. At that point, you're thinking, Leeds they haven't been great this season. You know, I think there's even a bit of talk on about the manager. Is he the right guy to keep them up? You know, this kind of thing. And with Liverpool regaining the lead, you would have assumed that they would have been quite confident and happy to just be like, okay, we're here now. We've got back in the lead. We can hold this out. However, this is Arne Slot's Liverpool, so that isn't the case. Liverpool's defence opened up in injury time, allowing Leeds to score their third. And if I was to have another think, I actually wonder if Salah's comments would just deflect from the result and Slot. Um, it is actually possible that Slot and Amorim are in a race to see who can get sacked first. And on a side note, Wolves beating Manchester United on Monday for their first win of the season might actually do that. Objectively, the game was a great advert for the Premier League and reminded me of seasons gone by when it was all, you know, blood and thunder and quick and dynamic and there were goals. So it was good to see. It was good to see. We also should not forget Verts. The first 007 was so nice that he had to do it twice. I saw that on X and it made me chuckle, so I thought, why not share it with the masses or the 4 people who watch. So on to our second match, that being Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 1. What was interesting about this match, when I was looking around for information online, I saw that Gyökeres was trending on X due to his performance being so poor. Gyökeres has 4 goals in the Premier League this season, but has an XG of 4.6. So arguably he's on track. I mean, it's 0.6, right? If he scores 1, he's above, and you can't score point something of a goal. So yeah. So he's not actually that far off being on track. And in terms of 90 minutes played, he's only actually played 9.2 games. And again, you can't play 0.2 games, but you get the point. Gyökeres didn't start the match, but came in at half time with Trossard, who actually got Arsenal's equaliser before then being substituted, which was a bit of a strange one. But then I look online and it looks as if word on the street, on virtual street, is that Trossard was only ever supposed to play a certain amount of minutes, which is why he came on and then came off because he exceeded the minutes he's supposed to be on. Aston Villa, who have been really good recently, won this match with a last-minute scramble and a goal from Buendia to take them within 3 points of Arsenal, while Manchester City, who won their last game, now sit 2 points behind. And then we reach that time of the year, as we close on February, where we ask the question, surely Arsenal not going to bottle a title run this season? This season being the 4th in a row, right? Right?